This video is proudly sponsored by Gamersgate. Download games anytime, anywhere. Visit Gamersgate.com.
Welcome to Elder Geeks, Elder Speak. Today is Tuesday, March 12th, 2012. I'm Randy Yasenchak, editor of ElderGeek.com. Today's a light news day, so might end up being a shorter episode. I'd like to welcome to the show today Alex Curley, who is EG's hardware reviewer.
Hey guys.
Say something that will make the hardware fans out there salivate. Let's hear your specs.
My specs right now is I got the NZXT Phantom 410. I like to use it before I actually review it, so I get all the good parts before I ruin it. And then right now I got a GTX 560 with Core i7, 3.4 gigahertz, 16 gigs of RAM, and 4 terabytes of storage over 2 drives. And that is about all the goodiness that I got for you right now.
You're doing 16 gigs of RAM too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I can run all my virtual machines.
Yeah, I'm doing 16 gigs too for doing video and everything like that. And when I show people what I'm running, they're always like, "Why'd you do so much?" Because it was cheap.
It's cheap right now, man.
Yeah, it was really cheap. I'd have been silly not to do it. Yeah, I never have to worry. Well, you know, for the life of this processor, I probably won't have to worry about RAMs ever again.
Right.
But anyway, it's a light news day. In the background, you're actually going to be seeing me play Shoot Many Robots, which is a side-scrolling 2.5D shooter from Ubisoft. Available on Xbox Live Arcade today, and then tomorrow on PlayStation Network, and then hopefully sometime within the near future on Windows as well. It's a half-hour strip of some of my recordings from the video review that I actually did, so if you wanted to, you could see my video review, but you'll actually watch me get kind of frustrated as I kind of go along and get my butt handed to me. It's one of the later levels, and I'm still tinkering with some of the guns. Did you get a chance to watch the video review, by the way?
I have not yet.
Oh. I think you would like it. I think you need to get a copy of this so we can play together on Xbox Live. But anyway, going into today's news. Like I said, it's a little bit of a slower news day today, so sorry everybody. I couldn't come up with some more tragedies for everybody to experience today. But I'm going to start with the most dramatic first, and then move to the least dramatic. Apparently today there was some widespread gamer scores and achievements being erased on people's Xbox 360s, and it happens when people are starting up games. It's saying that it can't connect to the server, and then the next thing they know, they have a gamer score of 0 and an achievement, or a gamer score of 0, and all of their achievements are pretty much gone.
Oh, I couldn't. I didn't even turn on my Xbox today because I didn't even want to see that happen. But
really?
Hopefully it's just an error with them connecting to the server, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure it's... Xbox hasn't come out with an official release yet saying, like, what the heck has gone on, but apparently there's a really simple fix. If you just sign out and then go through the recovery process of your profile, it should restore all of your achievements and gamer score.
Right, if you reload the profile, that might do it, hopefully.
Yeah, but I mean, that would be really shocking if the first thing that you do is you sign on and then suddenly your gamer score is 0 and you have like 0 achievements.
No, they have that. They've definitely got that backed up somewhere at the Microsoft server forum.
I'm sure. But personally, dude, I'm not a big achievement hunter. I don't care about trophies and stuff like that. I kind of play the games more for the games, but...
Absolutely, but then you get... What it also deleted is your whole game library. So all the games that you played, because I like going through and comparing. If I'm playing with one of my buddies, saying, "Oh, we play this game. We could play this together now." So it's not just the achievements, but for at least some people are complaining that their game library, their recently played games, are all gone as well.
Oh damn!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be a pain in the butt.
Right. But I agree with you. I don't hunt for achievements very much, but that's also nice to see. You know, you play enough games and you get enough score. Everybody loves points.
I will say the only time when achievements really start to kind of irk me, or when I start to really think about them, are in games that I'm more invested in, and I notice that I'm like, oh, out of not even trying, I have like 80% of these achievements. I kind of want to get these other 20% now.
Right. Well, you're that close to the finish line. Might as well sprint through.
Absolutely. If I'm going to be a fan of the game, I might as well be a hardcore crazy fan. You know, I have to admit I've only platinumed one game, and I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to platinum another one afterwards, because some of the challenges are just really crazy, and I just don't have the time for them anymore.
Yeah, and they're getting harder and harder. I think the only one that I did was Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. As odd as that is, but yes, I fell in love with that game and just played the crap out of it.
That's awesome. Mine was Assassin's Creed 2. Whoa!
Sorry, I rubbed my mic.
Oh, it sounded like you fell out of your chair. Anyway, moving on to happier gamer news, and both of the remaining two news items are about Kickstarter. Today was the final day for Double Fine's adventure game, and they were asking for $3 million. Oh no, they were asking for $4 million.
400,000.
Yeah, jeez, way to read, Randy.
They got that in the first 24 hours.
Something like that. And as of right now, as of the time of this recording, they were at 3.2 million.
Oh my lord! They got 2 hours to go.
Yeah, 3.2 million. Oh. So out of asking for only 400,000, they got 3.2 million. So I don't know if that's gonna. Do you think that's gonna result in like a better game just by throwing more money at it?
What Schafer said was that they were going to be able to build more platforms and get more. I think what he meant by he said voices was what he said, but I think he meant voice acting. So
paying for more voice actors.
Right. So I mean, I'm always okay with that. If we could get, who was it that did Portal 2? Oh, what was his
Ellen
name?
McLean. I didn't even come up in my thing. I actually remembered it.
But the real funny guy.
Oh, Wheatley's voice.
Not even Wheatley.
Who else was it?
He was the original. He was the original owner and operator of Afterlabs.
Oh, the guy from the State Farm commercial.
Yes.
I think it's State Farm. I know who you're talking about, but yeah, it would be nice if they brought somebody else.
Cave
on.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Cave Johnson here.
We swear we play games. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. I also kind of wonder. I doubt that this many people were actually throwing the money at the project to actually say, here, make a better game. I see you've already made your goal. I think a lot of these were just people kind of pre-ordering the game almost. Because for $15 you get the full version of the game DRM free when it releases.
That is a great way to get your game out.
And literally almost 46,199 people have done it at that level where they'll get the DRM version of the game when it comes out. That's kind of cool.
That is really cool. And it's before the game, so it's a legitimate pre-order and the money is going straight into the game.
Right. But God knows how long it's going to take for them to develop it.
Right.
Anyway, moving on into other Kickstarter news. Wasteland 2's Kickstarter actually started today. And I read about this the first thing this morning when they were at a very, very low number. And at the time of this recording, out of a request of $900,000, they're almost up to $300,000. And they still have 34 days to go left on this.
Holy my.
Now, Wasteland 2 Wasteland, the original one, is pretty much the brainchild of Brian Fargo. And if you aren't sure who Brian Fargo is or what he's worked on, he worked on The Bard's Tale, Fallout 1 and 2, Stone Keep, Dragon Wars, Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, and basically if you aren't salivating right now, then you're probably under the age of 21. I mean, honestly, all those games are... I read about this Kickstarter and I was like, so here's my ATM number.
Right. You just take as much as you need until this game is produced.
Right. But I was a huge Baldur's Gate fan. I was a huge Icewind Dale fan. So to hear that he's trying to get back into action and creating Wasteland 2, which was a game from 1988, is kind of exciting. So
I'm looking for a way to get the original Wasteland because I'd like to play through that.
From 1988?
Yes.
I'm sure there's places out there that will allow you to download it and everything like that. You're going to have to run it windowed and all this other kind of fun stuff.
I think that would be worth it. You want to play before you play the sequel, what is it? What is the math on that from?
24 years.
24 years.
Yeah, so I was right. If you're on the age of 21, you might remember.
Oh, so this is a labor of love, too. He's probably been trying to make this game for a long time, or at least wanted to.
Yeah, apparently when he actually tried to go make Wasteland 2, he no longer had the rights for it, or temporarily didn't have the rights for it, and that's when they ended up making Fallout.
Oh, so, Fallout 1 and 2?
Fallout 1 and 2, right. So it is going to be a labor of love. He is calling it a project of gamers by gamers for gamers, and of course I'll throw up links below the video for everybody to check out these two Kickstarter projects. One, hopefully you'll get your $2 in before the end of the project, and the other one you get to see it kind of grow and see where he wants to take it. I don't know, kind of exciting stuff. Aside from that, not much else is really going on in the world of gaming today. Nothing super pressing.
It's you got Wasteland 2 is starting as Double Fine Adventure is ending. That's a pretty big day for gaming.
Yeah, you know what? I think he probably timed that intentionally, and I think it was a good move for him to not kind of double up on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I guess that about wraps it up for the news. I'm actually going to go into some user feedback from actually yesterday's show. We got a lot of user feedback, and I have to say I am very grateful, and I am really appreciative of everybody that actually responded to yesterday's show. Had a lot of responses, a lot of people actually creating good dialogue, and everyone was civil, which is amazing.
Oh. Isn't that the whole reason we started Elder Geek?
Yeah, it kind of was, but as we get a little bit bigger, the civility kind of drops. Right. You can't control it, but everybody was civil, and there was a lot of good discussions going on. And the thing was, everybody is either kind of very pro the gamer side, or they're semi-pro the BioWare side, and nobody seems to be in agreement here. Okay. But I guess that's to show you that it's a good controversy. Starting off, I'm going to do these in no particular order. Drycat7 writes, I think gamers sometimes believe they own games in every single way and that game developers owe them a personal debt. That's just silly. And those people offer the most unintelligent criticism imaginable. As far as those folk go, I can accept user bullying. My beef with BioWare is that I feel they haven't delivered. They fabricated a bunch of endings that were very bad representation of everything that happened prior, and all the time players happily invested in the series. It's a shame, in my honest opinion. So, he sees both sides of the coin here.
Mm-hmm.
Gem and Jago writes, while I didn't love the endings, I didn't think it was that bad either. While I think people are upset if they feel more connected to the Mass Effect series than other games, as Commander Shepard just feels a bit more like you, so the ending kind of hurts because it sort of makes you feel like you don't have control, and no matter what you pick, it isn't that much different. So, that's Jam and Django. Two more I'm going to go. Atrotic wrote, I think gamers are ruining games these days.
Oh, Lord.
Cars. Too many like to whine and complain about any little thing and never focus on good aspects, and they turn around and hate the publishers and developers who create them. I don't like what EA or some other big names do out there, but I know damn well if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have anything to play. You're not always going to agree on everything done, but that's how it works. Find the enjoyment in gaming instead of finding the negatives. That's not a bad point,
Just take what you're given, I guess is what he's saying.
Yeah, just enjoy what you got.
Gamers ruining games sounds a little counterintuitive.
Yeah. And then final one, this is actually a shorter one of the earlier ones, is Metal Militia A347, and the reason why I picked his is because there was a lot of people that voiced this near exact opinion, so I don't want it to seem like he's in the minority. Mm-hmm. I can't call it consumer bullying against BioWare. The ending was extremely disappointing and highly confusing, so there were a lot of people that are just flat out upset with the ending of that. So, not bad. Thanks everybody for the feedback. Hopefully we'll be seeing some more feedback on today's show. The big question I actually kind of want to leave everybody with today is, with bigger name developers moving to Kickstarter and approaching gaming the way that indie devs have been doing for years, are these Kickstarters an overall positive or a negative thing for gaming? Will we see a larger backlash from gamers who have now they have an investment stake in the game, or are we going to be seeing a new golden age of gaming where developers finally get to make the game that they want, instead of being kind of micromanaged or nitpicked by publishers? So,
regardless of what people say, I'm very excited to see how this new platform for developing games is, what it's going to churn out for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to go both ways. If I were to answer that question, I think that a lot of people are going to be upset with the game, no matter how it turns out, because they've put money on it and they aren't getting the exact product that they kind of imagined now in this planning phase. But at the same time, we might also be seeing some just awesome games that aren't going to be dumbed down for the masses because there are no publishers that are going in and trying to,
consult their marketing department before they decide on, you know, what the pants of the main character should look like.
Right. And not turn everything into push A to not die.
Right.
And not everything needs a tutorial and a hand walking through of the entire first stage and second stage all the way up to the end.
I'd like to believe that it's just if you're going to back this company that is developing a game you want to see, then by giving them your money in a game that you don't know anything, it's trying to kickstart it, you don't know anything about what it's actually going to be like. I would hope that just putting your faith in that would just be like saying, here, take this money, I believe in you, go make something awesome. Whatever you think is the most awesome game that we would enjoy, go do that. Make a great game. Don't try to appease everyone.
I agree. And I hope that at the same time that gamers are doing that and they're saying, like, here's the money, I enjoy what you have done in the past and I just want to see more of it. So here, go. Even if you make a disaster, at least you're still making games, kind of thing. You're my hero. Here's $20.
Yes, exactly. That's a great little blurb there. You're my hero. Here's $20.
Right. Well, out of these Kickstarter campaigns, people get a lot of really cool stuff too. They have great giveaways for the donation tiers. So people get stuff back almost instantly when they make their donations.
Right. Oh man, if I had $10,000 lunch with Tim Schafer and Ron Gilbert.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
What would you eat? What would you talk about?
I think I would make him buy. I know that right off the bat.
Yeah, you would hope that the lunch was coming out of the $10,000 that you gave.
And then personal nerdiness aside, I'd just try to get information about the game so we could do an early release sneak peek.
That'd be cool. Cool. Well, all right, that's pretty much all I've got for today's show. Like I said, I'm really sorry that it's a little bit of a shorter show, but it's also a slow news day, which is not a bad thing. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed the footage from Shoot Many Robots. Again, it's that nice side-scrolling shooter from Ubisoft. And be sure to hit us up on Facebook. Hit us up on elder-geek.com as well. And hopefully we'll be talking to you again tomorrow.